The scanner sweeps past your hiding spot. Blue light slices through the ventilation shaft, inches from your face. Your breath fogs the metal grate. You clamp your mouth shut and let your lungs burn. Below you, armored figures glide through the corridor. 8 feet tall. Silver exoskeletons. Eyes like vertical suns. Their language clicks and vibrates through the floor. Biological anomaly detected. Your pulse spikes. A drone unfolds from one soldier's back, floating upward. Its lens dilates. Searching. Sampling air particles. You taste copper. The Empire does not tolerate contamination. And you are the last contamination left. The drone rises closer. 10 feet away. 5. 3. Its lens pauses directly below the grate. Your hand tightens around the plasma shard you stole 3 cycles ago. If it looks up, the alarm blares. Not for you. For something worse. The soldiers snap their heads toward the central atrium. Insurrection detected. They pivot and rush away. The drone retracts. The corridor falls silent. You stay frozen for 30 seconds. Then you crawl deeper into the walls of the alien empire. And you remember, you were never meant to survive this long. You weren't a soldier. You weren't a hero. You were a systems engineer on the orbital defense grid when the sky split open. When their ships arrived, they didn't fire first. They silenced. Satellites blinked out. Networks collapsed. Cities went dark before anyone understood they were at war. You remember watching the feed from the command station. Black vessels the size of continents sliding into orbit. No heat signatures. No communication. Just presence. Humanity lasted 6 days. 6. You survived because you were maintenance crew. Low priority. Underground. When the capital was converted into a compliance zone, you were already buried in the infrastructure tunnels. You waited for rescue. There was none. You waited for resistance. It failed. The Empire didn't enslave. They reorganized. Cities reshaped into vertical hives. Humans processed, categorized, redistributed. Those deemed inefficient were recycled. You saw the smoke columns. You learned their language by listening through vents. You learned their patrol cycles. You learned their hierarchy. You learned you were alone. For months, you survived on stolen nutrient paste and condensation water. You stopped speaking out loud. You stopped thinking about faces. Memory became dangerous. Because hope creates noise. And noise gets you found. But something changed 3 cycles ago. The scanners began sweeping deeper. The Empire isn't hunting survivors. They're searching for something specific. You heard it in their command pulse. Genetic signature, prime variant. You don't know what that means. Until yesterday, when you accessed a restricted archive node and saw your own DNA sequence flagged, highlighted, labeled, anomaly. You don't understand how they have your profile. You never registered. You were invisible. But now patrol frequency has doubled around your sector. And tonight, the compliance zone goes into lockdown. The walls vibrate. Heavy steps echo closer than before. They aren't sweeping randomly anymore. They're triangulating. And the center of the pattern is you. Metal shrieks somewhere below. A containment field activates. The tunnels are sealing. You are no longer hiding inside the Empire. The Empire is closing its fist. The ventilation grid slams shut behind you. Magnetic locks seal with a heavy, final click. Air pressure shifts. They're flushing the tunnels. Not with gas. With sound. A low-frequency pulse hums through the metal. It crawls into your skull. Your teeth vibrate. Your vision flickers. They're using resonance mapping. Your bones are the beacon. You drop from the shaft before the pulse peaks. Hit the maintenance floor hard. Roll. Sprint. Emergency glyphs flash along the corridor walls. Containment protocol, prime variant. That word again. Prime. You skid around a corner and freeze. 2 Imperial sentinels block the passage. Their armor shifts like liquid mercury. Light refracts off curved blades attached to their forearms. One turns its head. Its eyes lock onto you. Silence. Then, confirmation achieved. You run. A plasma bolt vaporizes the wall beside your shoulder. Heat scorches your skin. You dive through a service hatch barely wide enough for your body. Slam it shut. Crawl through the narrow conduit beyond. Claws tear through the hatch seconds later. They are not trying to stun you. They are trying to preserve you. Alive. That terrifies you more. The conduit empties into a vertical drop shaft. 50 meters down. Maintenance lift offline. Above, metal screams as they widen the tunnel. No time. You wrap your hands around a coolant pipe and slide. Skin peels from your palms. You don't stop. Halfway down, the resonance pulse spikes again. Your muscles seize. You slip. You fall. Impact crushes the air from your lungs. Alarms wail across the lower sector. You stagger upright. And you see it. A sealed chamber, door you've never accessed before. Marked with high command insignia. You don't belong here. Which is exactly why they don't expect you here. Footsteps thunder in the shaft above. You slam your stolen plasma shard into the door's interface. It sparks. The seal fractures. The chamber opens. Cold air spills out. You slip inside, just as armored bodies crash into the floor behind you. The door slams shut. Darkness. Then light ignites from the ceiling. You are not in storage. You are in a laboratory. Transparent pods line the walls. Each one filled with liquid. Each one holding something humanoid. Not alien. Human. Different. Enhanced. Wired with biomechanical grafts. Alive. A central console activates. Scanning you. Genetic prime confirmed. You step back. No, you whisper. The floor shifts beneath you. Locks disengage. One pod begins to drain. You didn't break into a hiding place. You broke into a facility built for you. And the pod opening in front of you contains someone who looks exactly like you. The pod hisses open. Liquid drains away. The body inside inhales sharply. Your face stares back at you. Same scars. Same eyes. But stronger. Taller. Laced with metallic filaments under the skin. It steps forward. Doesn't attack. Doesn't speak. It looks at you like you are unfinished. The console behind you projects symbols into the air. You don't understand the language fully, but you recognize structure. Designation, prime seed. Replication status, incomplete. You aren't the anomaly. You're the original. The Empire didn't invade to destroy humanity. They came because of you. Footsteps pound outside the chamber door. The duplicate tilts its head. Then it moves. Fast. Faster than any sentinel. It tears a panel from the wall and exposes a neural interface cable. Offers it to you. A choice. You hesitate. Outside, plasma burns through the door seal. You grab the cable. It slams into the base of your skull. Pain detonates through your spine. Information floods in. Star maps. Fleet movements. Empire command hierarchies. You see their capital ship orbiting the dark side of the planet. You see weaknesses in their shield harmonics. You see access routes buried in their own infrastructure. You understand. They didn't design you. They discovered your genome long ago. Humanity evolved from something older. Something the Empire fears. You are not prey. You are recursion. The duplicate collapses as the data transfer completes. Its body goes still. Sacrifice. Outside, the door explodes inward. Sentinels charge. You move before they fire. You know their timing now. You sidestep the first plasma arc. Rip a gravitic coil from the console. Trigger it. Gravity spikes sideways. 3 sentinels slam into the wall and crumple. You don't feel panic anymore. You feel alignment. Every corridor is a map in your mind. Every patrol route predictable. You run toward the central energy spine. Not away. You disable a defense grid with 3 precise strikes. You redirect power from surveillance arrays. You open blast doors. You shut others. Small victories. Calculated. Efficient. You reach a vertical transit well, leading to the upper command tiers. The place no human has entered since invasion. As the lift activates, a transmission pulses across the Empire network. It isn't alien. It's human. A voice. Calm. Cold. You have finally awakened. Your blood runs cold. Because the voice is yours. The lift rockets upward through the command spine. Layers of the Empire blur past in vertical streaks of light. Your mind is no longer fragmented. You see system schematics layered over reality. You predict security rotations before they happen. You reroute a drone strike mid-flight with a thought. The Empire's infrastructure bends. Not because you overpower it, because you understand it. The lift doors open into the high command nexus. A cathedral of floating data pillars. At the center, a suspended throne of living alloy. And inside it, you, older, composed, integrated with alien machinery that wraps around your spine like a crown. His eyes open as you step forward. No surprise, no fear, only recognition. I wondered how long it would take, he says. His voice echoes through the chamber and through your skull at the same time. You were always the most unstable iteration. Iteration. Your jaw tightens. You sold us out. A flicker of something crosses his face. Not guilt. Calculation. I saved what mattered. Holographic projections bloom around you. Human cities preserved. Not destroyed. Hidden inside orbital habitats under Imperial protection. Selective survival. A controlled extinction. You were never meant to die with them, he continues. The Empire detected the prime genome centuries ago. They came for it. I made a bargain. Your hands shake. You hand it over Earth. I traded a species for its evolution. Outside the Nexus windows, the capital ship rotates into view. Its primary weapon begins charging. Target, lower planetary surface. Your old hiding zones. The remaining unregistered humans. You forced compliance, you whisper. I forced adaptation, he replies. He lifts a hand. Every sentinel in the Nexus powers on simultaneously. But they don't aim at you. They await his command. You could lead them, he says. With me. Humanity reshaped. Stronger. Integrated. Immortal. Data surges between you. Your mind clashes against his. You see his memories. The moment he realized he was prime. The first contact. The choice. He believed humanity would lose outright. He believed this was mercy. You hid me, you say. You were raw potential. Unpredictable. I needed time. The capital ship's weapon hum intensifies. Seconds from firing. You calculate probabilities. If it fires, the remaining humans die. If you kill him, you inherit full command authority. But the weapon is tied to his neural signature. You don't have enough time to override it. Unless you step closer. Within reach. He doesn't flinch. Join me, he says quietly. Or end everything. You place your hand against the alloy throne. Neural fire erupts between you. Two primes. One network. For a brief second. You are absolute. The Empire's fleets freeze mid-orbit. Sentinels power down. The capital weapon halts at 99%. You see every ship. Every soldier. Every human enclave. You are stronger than him. Faster. More ruthless. You push. His control fractures. His breathing stutters. You win. The throne cracks. His body convulses. Victory surges through you. And then the failsafe activates. Hidden deep. Beyond both of you. Imperial High Council override. The capital weapon retargets. Not the surface. Orbit. Coordinates lock onto the hidden human habitats he protected. Your victory triggered the purge. The Empire never trusted either of you. And now, humanity burns either way. The weapon fires. Not at Earth. At the hidden habitats. You feel it before you see it. Millions of human heartbeats blink out across your neural field like dying stars. Your other self laughs once. Soft. Broken. I miscalculated. You don't answer. There's no time for blame. You still hold partial control of the network. Not enough to stop the blast. Enough to choose the aftermath. You dive deeper than he ever dared. Past command layers. Past fleet protocols. Into the Empire's core directive. Preservation of dominance. Adaptive containment of threats. You redefine the threat. Not humanity. Not Prime. The Empire itself. You flag every Imperial genome across the network as destabilizing contamination. You attach your own Prime signature as the cure. Then you trigger universal integration. Across ships. Across planets. Across the capital. Biotech systems awaken and rewrite. Alien soldiers collapse as human-coded recursion spreads through their implants. Ships go dark. Command nodes fragment. The Empire begins dissolving from inside its own perfection. Your older self reaches for you. Too late. The backlash hits. Two primes cannot occupy the same network. Your nervous system overloads. Vision fractures into white. The Nexus disintegrates around you. As you fall, you feel it. Human DNA threading through alien architecture. Not slaves. Not victims. Not preserved relics. Something new. The Empire doesn't burn. It transforms. And you fade before you see what it becomes. Your last sensation isn't pain. It's silence. For the first time since the sky split open. The network is quiet. And somewhere in that quiet, humanity is no longer hiding.